Antony Wood and Allegellic will now read the final passages of the Bronze Horseman.
And on a palisaded rock, the bronzen idol, hand held high, rode above him in the dark. Yevgeny trembled. In his mind, all was dreadfully defined. How could he not recognize where he had seen the grim waves spill, the waters in rebellion rise, the lions, the square, while stark and still, he whose indomitable will had raised a city from the sea, towered in bronze above it. He, fearsome from the gloom below. What thoughts are pressing on that brow? Within him, what unbounded force? What fire comes flashing from that horse? Where, proud stallion, are you bound? Where will your hooves put down to ground? Destiny's great lord and master, was it not exactly thus your iron bridle reared up Russia upon the brink of the abyss? Around the idol's pedestal, the madman now began to pace. His poor wild eyes saw face to face the ruler over half the world. His chest was tight. He pressed his brow against cold railings. Fire ran through his heart. His blood was boiling over. His gaze was visionless in mist. Before the mighty image, somber he stood, and clenching teeth and fist, as if possessed by some dark power. Miracle builder, now, he hissed. Just you wait. The awesome Tsar, it seemed, had slowly turned his head. In mounting rage, begun to glare. Headlong across the empty square he ran, behind him as he fled, like rumbling thunder, hooves resounding upon the shaken thoroughfare. And all night long, astride his bounding steed, the horseman, hand held high, outstretched beneath the moonlit sky, followed Yevgeny, and no matter whither the poor madman bent his steps, with heavy echoing clatter, after him the horseman went. Whenever next he chanced to pass that square, he would be overtaken by inner turmoil. He would press his heart as if to ease its aching, take off his threadbare cap. His gaze he could not bring himself to raise. He kept his distance. Off the shore, a tiny islet can be seen. There a fisherman will moor, out fishing late, bring in his seine and cook his meager supper. Or a clerk will of a Sunday row to that place where no blade will grow. The flood had borne there in its sport a time-worn little house. Above the waves, like some black bush it stood. Last spring, a wherry took it off, empty and ruined. They discovered my madman on its threshold. There, upon that spot, his corpse was covered and was committed to God's care.